Kuypers.
Yeah,
Hi.
Hi.
It's like we have to stop. So, but I was thinking that I would read a piece that I actually wrote years ago for Jason Pettis because he had his first novel released called Dreaming of Laura Ingalls.
I remember.
And I asked everybody from his, novel release party thing to write something about being a pioneer because they were all pioneers out, in the show. And I'd never seen the show that she was in or anything. And I'm like, what do I do? So I did this, and I actually included it in a collection book of mine called Contents Under Pressure. But I only read this there, so I thought I'd read this piece for you, and it's called Pioneer. It amazes me that the first definition of pioneer is a person or a group that originates or helps open up a new line or thought or activity, or a new method of medical achievement, technological achievement. But then, the second definition of pioneer is merely one of the first to settle in a territory. To pioneer is to open or prepare for others to follow. You said you were all pioneers. What did you know of these uncharted lands? And more importantly, why did you bring your old and tired ideas with you? How, with all that spiritual baggage, could you plan to start anew? And what were you running from? Yes, pioneers, you were all so brave, so bold, running away to a land that promised not to give you more, but promised not to be where you were. Running away, taking all of your old ideas with you, all of your old theories, hoping that a change of scenery was all you needed to make everything better. How can you start anew when all you do is move your problems to a different place? Yes, pioneers, you were all so brave, so bold, but you, Laura, you were only a little girl. What would you be crusading for? Were you following your heart, your mind? Were you searching for the truth? Did you know what it was that you were looking for? Or were you even looking for something at all? Were you merely trying to survive it all, blindly following your powerful father, your powerful God? What were you a pioneer of? Did you feel that cold slap of wind from the barren plains and think that this was freedom? When you ran outside and played make-believe, wearing your little dress, little ribbons in your hair, did that first cold gust of wind on your calves, circling around and above your knees, did you feel free from that journey your elders forced you to take? When slaves were bought and sold, when women were purchased for harems, they had no say over where their masters roamed. They merely had to follow, to keep their mouths shut. And did you feel that way too? To pioneers, to open or prepare for others to follow. To you, your daddy was a pioneer, but think about it again. Think about how alone you felt on the plains, making up stories to pass the time. How sometimes you would go out in the fields and run, and run, and run, hurtling forward until you couldn't see that little house anymore. And was this your moment of sanity? Was this what kept you alive? I know we've all had that feeling before after being on vacation or just being somewhere else and knowing that you have to leave and you have to go home and be the person everyone expects you to be. Be that fearful little girl instead of that alive little girl. And I know each and every one of us has had that feeling when we were going home once, wondering if it was possible to just never come back. And you would run and run and run, hurtling yourself until you couldn't see your little house anymore, looking for something new, then always finding only more and more plains. You were too young to create something new, to truly be a pioneer, so you knew you'd have to go back. You couldn't keep running, and you'd have to accept the world that was handed down to you. And after running through those endless fields, I'm sure that slow walk back to the house, because you knew your mother would be calling you back for dinner, I'm sure that slow walk back was all the more painful. When I was little, I would save up all my change and tell my mother I was going for a bike ride in the neighborhood. But I would sneak over to the local ice cream parlor, even though I shouldn't eat sweets before dinner. And did you sneak off to the general store for penny candy? Was this your freedom? Was this your rebellion? Was this your decision to accept your own ideas and not those of your mother, your father, your God? Was this your attempt to get away from following? Was this your moment of sanity? Was this what kept you alive? To pioneer is to open or prepare for others to follow. Was this what made you a pioneer?
Yeah.
I read that for a novel thing. That was the only time I ever read that, so there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I should say it's the end of the season. I probably should say, because I know one of our features tonight says their regular haunt is to go to the cafe on Tuesday nights. If anybody wants to go to an open mic on Tuesday nights, it is at the cafe, 5115 North Lincoln Avenue at 8:30 on Tuesday nights. Is
wonderful.
Every single one, and it's a restaurant. And there's a $2 cover, but you can always check out information on it by going to chaoticarts.org/thecafe, and you can see things for features. And you're seeing the camera work here. I will record features every week, and you can yeah, he was a feature there before. There are video recordings, so go check all that stuff. Yeah, I got a video of him when you featured there, and it's just awesome. So you'd love it if you'd like to stop by or learn about it. So.
I'm so sorry.
And, well, that's what that's what we have it on video for.
Right,
If you need to be able to check it out, you always can. So if you need to know anything, let me know, or check it out online, and thank you. Thank you, thank you.
All right.